and for all of us up here, our number one goal is and will continue to be safety. We want everyone to slow down and move over and be attentive as they're going through work zones or when there's an incident along the highway. Workers on the roadsides can literally be working inches away from traffic moving at 55, 65, 70 miles an hour or faster. One small error, one inattentive moment can change lives, can take a life. And so we ask you to be very aware in these situations. We want you to protect those that are out there to protect you. And so that's the theme for this year's Crash Safety Awareness Week. Protect those who protect you. Please renew your commitment to this during Crash Safety Awareness Week. When you see flashing lights, it's really very simple. Move over a lane. If you can't safely move over, slow down. And when you're out there, stay alert. These simple steps can save a life, including possibly your own. So thank you very much, and look forward to a safe Crash Safety Responder Week. So now let me please welcome Chief Mike Duntz, CHP.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. Today we gather to address a critical issue that affects the safety of our roads, and I want to express my gratitude to Director Keever, Director Tavares, and the entire Caltrans team for inviting the California Highway Patrol here today. I'd also like to thank Captain Willie Nagu, the commander of the Sacramento Communications Center, which is also housed in this wonderful TMC. It's an honor to collaborate with you and all our traffic safety partners who share a common goal, ensuring the safety of those traveling on our roadways. Primary mission of the CHP is to save lives, and that mission includes protecting those of us who work on the side of the highway. Performing a traffic or emergency stop on the side of the road is one of the most dangerous duties for law enforcement officers and other first responders. We must also remember the brave highway workers who build, maintain, and clear our roads, as well as tow truck drivers and others who put their lives on the line while working next to freeway traffic, often traveling at 55, 65, 75 miles an hour. Over the years, the roadside dangers have taken a toll on our CHP officers. Between 2018 and 2022, 2 CHP officers were killed while conducting enforcement stops on the shoulder. 154 were injured, with 14 of them sustaining severe injuries. Our officers were involved in more than 900 crashes during that time, where their patrol vehicles or their motorcycles were hit. Countless other highway workers and even innocent members of the public stranded on the side of the road have fallen victim to errant drivers. These incidents underscore why California's move over, slow down law is so vital. A first responder, highway worker, tow truck operator, or anyone else on the side of the road is defenseless against a vehicle traveling at freeway speeds. It only takes a moment of inattention to shatter countless lives. Tragedies like these are preventable, and it's in your hands to make a difference. By simply moving over a lane and giving them some space, you can provide those working on the side of California roads with a safer environment. The Move Over, Slow Down law mandates that drivers move over a lane when they encounter an emergency vehicle, road construction vehicle, or tow truck displaying flashing lights. If it's not possible to change lanes due to traffic, the law requires you to slow down and pass in a safe manner. Safe driving is a responsibility that we all bear. Lives can change in an instant due to a moment of misjudgment behind the wheel. As we approach the holiday season, I urge you to be attentive while driving. Give yourself plenty of time to reach your destination. Avoid distractions and impaired driving, and always move over or slow down when you come across a vehicle with flashing lights on the side of the highway. Remember, the life you save could be your own. If you ever encounter an impaired or dangerous driver, we strongly encourage you to call 911 and provide our CHP dispatchers with a detailed description of the vehicle and its location. Thank you for your attention and for your commitment to safe driving. Together, we can make our roads safer and protect the lives of those who dedicate themselves to serving and maintaining our highways. Please drive safely. And next up, I'll introduce the Office of Traffic Safety Director, Barbara Rooney.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank Caltrans, the California Highway Patrol, Sac Metro Fire, and all of our first responders. Your tireless efforts to help people you never knew are heroic. This is a very important message because lives are at stake. It is summed up in 4 words: slow down, move over. Fixing a flat tire, clearing debris, fixing crash cushions and guardrails, and rescuing people from a vehicle crash should not be a deadly job, but it is. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, on average, 2 emergency responders are struck and killed every month by a driver who fails to obey the law and move over a lane to give our roadside heroes the space they need as they answer the call for help. It is noticeably dangerous for tow truck operators who are killed at a rate of almost 43 deaths per 100,000 workers, according to AAA. It's not just the law, it's the right thing to do. Move over for all emergency response vehicles with flashing lights if it is safe to do so. And this includes city streets. If you're unable to move over, slow down. That means below the speed limit. The risk of death for a roadside worker who is struck by a vehicle is significantly higher the faster you are moving. Whether it's a tow truck driver, construction or maintenance worker, or first responder, these are people risking everything to keep us safe. Their families need them to get home safely, just like you may need them if you're involved in a crash or you get a flat tire. Protect those who protect you. You will see this important message over and over in this new public awareness campaign featuring the kids of Caltrans workers. Because there's a face, there's a story and a family behind every roadside worker. People who don't shy away in the face of danger to save strangers, but are no stranger to their own kids and their own grandchildren that need them to come home. So the next time you're in a work zone and you see cones, Caltrans workers, or any roadside workers, remember that a few seconds of courtesy helps everyone get home safely. Please go safely, California. And I'm pleased to introduce our next speaker, Sac Metro Fire Chief Adam House.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here, and thank you to all of our traffic safety partners for your collaboration towards our shared mission to keep our frontline workers safe in their duty to protect and serve our communities. I stand before as a representative of our firefighters and first responders who put their lives on the line every day to keep our communities safe. It is a privilege to address you on this pressing issue of the dangers faced by our first responders as they respond to incidents on our highways and streets. The Move Over campaign, initiated by the California Department of Transportation in partnership with the California Office of Traffic Safety and the California Highway Patrol, is a critical message for us all. It is a reminder to all drivers to move over a lane or slow down for the dedicated individuals in our region who work and serve in high-risk conditions to ensure our roads are functional and those utilizing our roads are safe. The statistics are alarming. Every year, we lose highway workers, law enforcement officers, emergency personnel, and tow truck drivers on our roadways here locally in the Sacramento region. These individuals put their lives on the line every day to maintain our thoroughfares and ensure our safety. and they need our protection. California's Move Over law is not just about following the law. It's about saving lives right here in our community. It's about providing a safer environment for maintenance and emergency vehicles and personnel stopped alongside roadways. Many times just inches away from fast-moving traffic and the possibility of a tragedy. Metro Fire responds to thousands of calls for service annually on our streets and highways. These incidents can be very dynamic, especially when our crews are working to extinguish vehicle fires or extricate entrapped victims from a vehicle crash. Oftentimes, these victims have sustained major injuries, where minutes can be the difference between life and death. During these challenging circumstances, our members are unwavering in their commitment to provide the highest possible care to these victims, and they require extra space and the diligence of our community to drive with caution. Let us remember that our first responders are not just names and badges. They are our neighbors, friends, moms and dads, and family members. They have loved ones who are eagerly await their safe return home each day. They deserve our support, and we must take conscious actions now to ensure their safety and well-being. California's Move Over law is straightforward. Move over a lane if it's safe, or slow down when you see amber flashing lights on Caltrans vehicles, fire EMS, law enforcement, and other emergency vehicles. This includes tow trucks. The very simple act can make a world of difference. We ask that you pledge with us today to protect our local heroes, the firefighters, law enforcement officers, our emergency personnel, maintenance workers, and tow truck drivers in our region. Together, we can make a difference by moving over and slowing down when we see those flashing lights. We can ensure that everyone right here in Sacramento and across the state returns home safely to their loved ones at the end of their shift. Our collective efforts can save lives and prevent tragedies within our community. Thank you for your attention and your commitment to this vital cause. And please be safe out there. I'd like to now introduce NHTSA Region 9 Administrator Chris Murphy.
Thank you, Chief. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is working with local highway safety partners and law enforcement across the country to get the word out to every motorist, and that is move over and or slow down. It's the law. These laws, as you have heard, help protect first responders, tow truck drivers, and any emergency vehicle drivers with activated flashing lights. This includes CHP workers, Caltrans, contractors, utility workers, and all others who must work alongside traffic. These workers continue to experience preventable tragedies. Our hearts go out to the families, friends, and colleagues of all those killed and injured working to protect and provide services to the public. The bipartisan infrastructure law just this last year created a new grant program, and this new grant program provides education and support for enforcement. Crash Responder Safety Week is a national effort to both safeguard on-scene emergency responders and to remind drivers of their obligation to use caution when passing roadside incidents involving emergency personnel. On any given day, thousands of incident responders are on the roadway in harm's way to keep us all safe. They are risking their lives to do their job, but they shouldn't have to. Emergency and other roadside personnel can only do so much to keep themselves safe when they are on the side of the road. The rest of the responsibility falls on us. Slowing down or moving over isn't what we should do. It's what we all must do for everyone's safety. Thank everyone for being here. Thank you, Caltrans, for this event. And this is our local partners, and all of us at NHTSA are thrilled with the work that is going on here in California. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Craig Baker. I'm the president of California Tow Truck Association, and thank Caltrans for having us here this morning. As one of the previous speakers spoke, the numbers are staggering in the death rate of tow truck operators in this state and in the country. We have a motto at California Tow Truck Association that says safety through training and advocacy. Training never stops, and it's one that we truly believe in because we do as much as we can, but we rely on the motoring public to do their part, which is slow down and move over and be aware of us out there on the roadways operating. Last year, our president at the time, Sam Johnson, for the first time publicly shared the loss of an operator at his company approximately 3 or 4 years ago. And it was very, I could tell when I watched the video, it was very hard for Sam to talk about it. Not only does it affect the families of the lost operator, but it affects the coworkers, it affects the owners of the company, a tremendous loss. Unfortunately, last year Sam was able to state that we had to date not lost any operators in California. Unfortunately, this year that is not the case. We've lost 2 operators in the month of May, literally a week apart from one another. Both were struck and killed while performing their duties on the side of the roadway. One was in Glendale, Southern California, and one was right here in the Bay Area. The void that they leave for their families and friends, and again, the coworkers and the industry as a whole. In September, every year, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where the National Towing Museum and Recovery is, yes, we do actually have one, they hold a very somber dedication. On their property, through donations, there was a memorial park built for the lost operators in this country, and it's called the Wall of the Fallen. I've had the privilege to travel many years back there. It is a very sombering experience where you find the families there, coworkers, industry leaders. This year, there were 2 names put on the wall from California out of a total of 21 added. One of the drivers that was struck in Southern California was added this year. Hopefully the second one that was struck and killed will be added next year. The second name on the wall, because of family privacy, there's really no information on it. But if you ever have the chance to go back there, it is an interesting museum. And again, it's a very sombering experience to do. On behalf of the agencies here, I want to thank them for the continued support and the continued effort to keep our operators in California safe while out on the roadway. It is a challenging job. I've had people ask me, what's it like to be an operator? And one of the explanations I'll use is I'll say, close your eyes and imagine cars going by, as some have said, 75, 80 miles an hour, and you're literally 12 inches away. That's what it's like. It's not for the faint of heart to be out there. On a personal note, I will tell you as an owner for 38 years, there's the one thing that keeps me up that constantly is in the back of my head is that phone call that I hope I never receive. I've unfortunately witnessed colleagues who've had those phone calls and the devastation. But whether I'm at the office or I'm somewhere else, that is constantly gnawing me in the back of the head of, is today's the day? So I plead with the motoring public, please give us room, give all responders room, slow down, move over, stay off the cell phones, be attentive. It is literally life and death out there, and all we want is not only our operators, but all road workers and first responders to go home to their families at the end of the day. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, everyone. That concludes our news conference, but we will be around for a couple minutes if anybody has any questions. Thank you very much. We also have a tour of the Traffic Management Center if you want to come along.